The electric motor is not necessarily new technology. It's been around for nearly 100 years, hasn't it really?
Yeah, the electric motor is actually very old. In fact, in the early days of cars, it was a competition between gasoline cars and electric cars.
Right.
And there was a range issue with electric cars. And so gasoline ended up winning out.
And I remember, 15 years ago, there were General Motors was making the EV1, or Saturn was making the EV1, and it was an electric car that was in California, and there were 1,000 of them on the road. So again, the idea that we have an electric car is not a breakthrough. We had electric cars, and to my way of thinking, we should be so far ahead of this curve, much farther ahead than we are now. For what reason? Why don't we have more electric cars today?
Well, there was a great movie, Who Killed the Electric Car, by Chris Payne, which I think explores that question. And it's noteworthy in that movie that Chris shows how much people really wanted that EV1 car. In fact, they wanted it so much that when the cars were forcibly taken away from them and crushed they weren't actually just stored, they were actually crushed. The people who had those cars held a candlelit vigil for the destruction of those cars. Now, when's the last time you heard anyone doing a candlelit vigil for destruction of any product, let alone a General Motors product?
Will there be one after the...